Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about Kentucky Wildcats beating another high school team. Oh, I'm sorry, NC Central, 103-67. Felt like they were playing another high school team. They destroyed another Quad 4 opponent, surprise, surprise. And they improved to 6-4 on the season. 6-0 against teams without a pulse. 0-4 against teams with a pulse. You know, it's a good win tonight. They scored 103 points. And, there's some interesting things in this game. Brandon Garrison doing typical Brandon Garrison stuff. Turns the ball over, gets trapped on a double team. And, doesn't run back defensively, just jogging. And then Mark Pope calls a timeout, and that's what I want to see. I want to see some fire on Mark Pope. I'm not asking to just cuss players out. Just show some fire, man. And Brandon Garrison didn't show any effort right there, just jogging back lazily. And then I think Mark Pope said something like, sit down, I think that's what he said. And then I don't think Brandon Garrison played the rest of the game. I'm pretty sure he got benched from that point on. And as soon as they take him out of the game, it's 29-21. Kentucky goes on like a 16-0, 18-2 run or something like that when they take Garrison out of the game. And I noticed this. Every player on the bench for Kentucky stood up on Trent Noah's breakaway dunk, except Brandon Garrison. Stayed seated, didn't clap, didn't even look like he was paying attention. Are we really that surprised? His personality's always been too emotionally driven. Highs are too high and the lows are too low. He shouldn't even be on the team, man. Not much different from when he's on the court playing. He's just his head somewhere else. He should get another. I don't think he got another minute tonight. His effort was just actually really piss poor. He should just transfer right now, dude. That's one thing that immediately stood out. Just was that play right there by Garrison. Turns it over. Just doesn't even bother to run back. Just jogs. Like that, Mark Pope showed a little bit of fire. And another thing I noticed, Jalen and Cam Williams weren't out there in the first half. I think they got benched. Jalen Lowe checked in, and then Cam Williams checked in. I think they ran the stairs or something. I guess Mark Pope benched them for the first half. They were the two guys Pope yelled at and made run stairs during practice yesterday, so it makes sense why they didn't play in the first half. It really isn't our business, I guess, but damn, I wish we could just know what the hell's going on behind the scenes. I guess it's a first half benching. I guess they got disciplined for the first half. But I will say, Jasper Johnson, Jalen Lowe as a guard combo looked really good. Much better ball moving and just flow to the offense. At least in my opinion. But given it's against NC Central. But Jasper Johnson looked much more comfortable out there tonight. He had 22 points, career high. Given it's against NC Central and they're like, what now, 3-9? I'm sure their schedule's probably been tough. I would assume. But yeah, those were some things that kind of stood out. Brandon Garrison got pretty much benched after that one play I mentioned. Cam Williams and Jalen Lowe, I think, just got benched for the first half, and then they played. Jasper Johnson had a career high. But there was, I think Otaoa had, 21 points? I know it's against NC Central, kind of some crappy competition. It's just offensively, he kind of looked like himself from last year. He made some threes, actually. So, but he also just went 9 of 12 overall, had 4 steals, hit 3 of his 4 threes, 9 of 12 from the field. Just kind of being that leader like I kind of expected him to be. And, Jalen Lowe played what? He played in the second half. He had 2 assists. He didn't take any shots, but he had 2 assists. I don't know, he does an incredible job at keeping the offense flowing and creating great looks for his teammates. They just need to have them fall. If he has to stay healthy, if he stays healthy, he can. I think he's not the greatest shooter, but I think he can create open looks for others. Just gotta make them. But there's just there was much better effort tonight, but I just love seeing Mark Pope screaming at Brandon Garrison. If JQ comes back, then just bury Garrison at the end of the bench. He should tell him to go buy an ice cream and watch from the upper deck. But how about, I think it's very clear that he's sending messages to certain players tonight. If you don't give effort, you stay on the floor. If you don't, you don't. And I think during one of the huddles, I'll tell you, always gathered the guys during a stoppage and led an intense huddle. He really has to be the leader of the team because he was the best player last year. He's got to be able to lead this team. But I think it's clear. If you give effort, you just if you stay on the floor. If you don't, you ain't gonna play. How about Zach Toe hitting a three, his first career basket? So, big credit to him finally getting on the board. So, Mark Pope sent messages. It took only, 9 games? Apparently benching guys, so they don't play hard, has an effect on the entire team. But obviously, I'm not just going to speak negatively. They honestly won the game 103-67, 6-7. Jasper Johnson led the way with 22 points. Obviously, a 5-star freshman can really struggle this year. Hasn't really had many great games, but Knight had 22 points. He's looked more aggressive than normal, and actually taking good shots, not these bad shots, but good shots, and some seal-offs to where he can get to the rim. I'll tell you, Owe had 21. I know turnovers for him is huge as well. I know it's against a really bad team, but still, you gotta take some positives. He didn't turn the ball over. Sure, there's moments where his dribbling isn't great, but he still had 21 points, 7 rebounds, and had 4 steals. Just looked much better tonight. Hopefully, they just got to use this as momentum. I know Indiana's going to be tougher and St. John's, but just try and build momentum. It's not that hard to ask for. It's not that hard to ask for. Just keep this momentum up. I know Indiana and St. John's will be tougher games for sure, but they got to be able to try and just keep this momentum up. But hopefully this is just a confidence booster for the team overall, especially Jasper Johnson. But they shot 60% from the floor tonight, 41.4% from 3, and 92 from the line. So at least it's good to be back in the win column than being losers. But the Jasper Johnson's a freshman who I think he gets better as the game groove gets going. I think Pope is just gonna have to let him play through mistakes now. He's the only guy they have who can create and show some shifty stuff with the ball. You gotta let him play through mistakes because I think he's their most skilled player. Outside of Lowe and Owe, he's your best option at paint touches and self creation. When the offense is sluggish, he can create something with himself. He needs more minutes. He can't keep getting yanked out of the game. That shit hinders development. He just needs to be more aggressive. Tonight's show just needs to be more aggressive and play him more. Like, keep yanking him after a few minutes. It's not really going to help him. Yeah, they had a 16-0 run. Oh, and Brandon Garrison went to the bench. And I think Otaya Owe did the post-game interview. There was the team was around him. I don't know if this team I don't know if it's a thing with this team is they don't get along. I feel like they care. Like, nobody's cheering when they lose. I think it's just there hasn't been effort. I don't think it's though the team doesn't like each other. There's some players that haven't shown effort. So yeah, and Mark Pope wasn't happy at halftime. I think he's doing what he needed to show energy and fire. That's what he needs to show. Just show that fire, man. But they just, like I said, they got to play Jasper more. If the offense, if he can, well, maybe if he can play more team ball. Does the offense really look like they play team ball anyways against good teams? I don't care about the defense, buddy. We can't guard anyone with a pulse. At least he can score and create on his own. Yeah, let's go over the stat sheet. Kentucky scored 103 points, 52 in the first half, 51 in the second half. They shot 61 from the field, 41 from 3, 93 from the line. OA 21 points, 9 of 12, 3 of 4. Aberdeen 8 points, 5 assists, 4 of 7. Chandler 7 points, 8 assists, 5 boards, 2 for 5. Malcolm Moreno 14 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks, 7 for 9. Trent had 11 points, 3 assists, 6 rebounds, 4 of 8. He hit 3 of his 6 3-pointers. So 3 of the 5 starters with double figures. Yelovich had 10 points, 4 of 6, 2 of 4 from 3. Garrison 5 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. He played like 7 minutes after that turnover and that Baffert he got benched. Ken Williams had Scam Williams, 2 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, but he missed all 3 of his threes. Lowe had 2 assists, didn't take a shot. Jasper with 22 points, 6 of 10, 2 of 4 from 3, made all 8 of his free throws. Zach Toe with a 3-pointer for North Carolina Central. 31 in the first half, 36 in the second half, ended with 67 points. Dropped to a 3-9 record. Corey Carvey, 15 points, 7 for 9. Ramondo Battle, 8 points, 3 for 7. Gage Lattimore, 14 points, was 4 for 16 though, shot a tour date. Takeo Carpenter, 4 points. Deontay Johnson, 2 points. Archie, 5 points. Davis, 4 points. Arnold, 6 points. Slack, 5 points. Oak Wargwu, 2 points. And Justin Edwards, 2 points. They shot 42 from the field, 32 from 3, and 76 from the line. Kentucky, 27 assists, only 9 turnovers tonight. Played a lot better. They forced 13 turnovers. So a better game tonight by them, of course, as expected. They get a 103-76 win. Their next game is against Indiana on Saturday. So another team with a pulse, and they're playing them at home. So hopefully coming out of this game, they can build momentum to try and beat Indiana. The first team, try and beat their first team with a pulse. The other 4 they got smashed. Well, one of them they didn't get smashed, but they still lost. So, but yeah, 103-67. Kentucky beats North Carolina Central. But yeah, their next game is Saturday at home against Indiana. They better beat Indiana because they know this fan base is going to lose it. But yeah, that's all to say. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Till next time out. Peace. And I'll see you Kentucky fans Saturday against Indiana.